Hi, everybody. I'm Father Jasper, back again to talk with you a little bit about this second week of Easter. I hope everybody had a great Easter Sunday last weekend, although it was, I'm sure, a little bit different than you're used to. This weekend, we take a look at a story involving what happened immediately after Jesus' resurrection. Now, let me ask you a question. If I told you I had $20 right here in this bag, would you believe me? That's the question. Would you just take it for granted that I'm being honest and I have $20 in here for you, right? Now, with this particular gospel this weekend, the story is that one of the apostles named Thomas was not around when the resurrected Christ came and spoke to the other disciples. And he pretty much just said, look, guys, I don't believe it. I do not believe that Jesus came back. I saw him die on the cross. So how could it be that he came back to say that he's alive again? It just can't be. See, Thomas was struggling. He had doubts, he had questions, and so he really said to his other friends, I'm not going to believe until Jesus comes back and I can actually put my hands in the wounds from the crucifixion that he went through. So here's how awesome that God is. Because the next week, Thomas's friends got him back, and in that room comes the resurrected Christ and says to Thomas, Thomas, I am here. Put your hands in my side and believe that I am truly resurrected. And Thomas, his response was so incredible because he said, my Lord and my God, I believe that you are truly risen. So I think the message for us with this particular gospel this weekend is this. Sometimes it is hard to believe, right? There are doubts, there are questions. We really struggle sometimes with trying to figure out where God is in our lives, or what does it mean to be a follower of Jesus. The answer, one of the answers in trying to come closer to Jesus is this. We have to do all that we can to really try to learn more about who Jesus Christ is. Let me give you an example. When I was a kid, I loved cars. I loved them. Right? But in order for me to learn more about these cars, I had to study them. I had to make sure that I learned about where they were made and what year they were made and what make and what model, right? And so the more and more I learned, the better I became in trying to figure out which car was which type, right? It's the same with learning about Jesus. Here's the thing, faith is a gift. But it's a gift that we can't just take for granted and put in a corner. We have to do all that we can to study and learn more about our faith, our Catholic faith, and about Jesus' love for us. So a couple suggestions. First of all, take time to hear the Bible stories. Have your mom and dad read a story to you every now and then, or take some time and read some Bible stories yourself, or listen to your catechists. That's one great way to learn more about Jesus and our faith. Another way is to just keep studying. And here's where I challenge you. In the years ahead, as you get older, continue to learn more about our faith. Like, don't just take it for granted and just say, oh, I'm Catholic or I'm Christian and who cares. Really learn more. Because then if you do, you'll, like Thomas, come to have this beautiful relationship with Jesus Christ. See, because really, ultimately, we're called to be such good friends with Jesus, such close disciples, that we ourselves are meant to be the saints that Jesus wants us to be the followers that he is calling each of us to be. Don't be afraid of that. But in order to fall more in love with him, we have to learn more about him. We have to pray. We have to study. So don't give up learning about your faith. I'm going to leave you with this final thought. This weekend is also called Divine Mercy Weekend. And back in the early 1900s, there was a religious sister by the name of Sister Faustina. And here she is right here. She was a sister in Poland who Jesus came to her in chapel and said to her, I want you to tell the world that I, Jesus, am full of mercy and love. I want you to let them know that I haven't forgotten them and that I am always with them in every difficulty and every struggle. And St. Faustina, a lot of people didn't believe her, that Jesus was coming to her to give her that message, but she never gave up. She kept praying, she kept learning more about Jesus, and she kept telling the world that our God is a God of mercy, and we're all called to be saints. That's the message of this Divine Mercy Weekend. That's the message that St. Thomas wants us to know as well. We are called to be disciples. So don't give up learning about Jesus. Don't give up asking questions. It's good to ask questions about your faith, but always know that God will be there for you to help you with those questions that you have. It's okay to ask. Just don't give up the search of asking. Remember I said I had $20 in this bag? There is, right? But even better than this is the gift of faith that we've been given. So keep doing your best to follow Jesus every day. On behalf of our bishop and your teachers and all of us here in the diocese, we continue to pray for you. Have a great week ahead, and we'll see you next week when we take a journey to Emmaus. God bless you.